Hello and good morning from here. Welcome to this live session where we are going to be scanning through the intraday time frames to see if we find any valid trading opportunity to trade. Hello, good call. Raj, welcome to this live session. Okay, let's begin looking into the Forex Factory economical calendar for today. We don't have anything much to trade here to worry about for today because there is no high impact news announcement scheduled to take place today. Now looking into the charts, let's take them one after the other. The American dollar against the Japanese yen. This is the 4 hours time frame. We talked about this yesterday. This pair is still overall bearish. But the market movers are aware that this pattern has already been seen. Okay, and that is why most times I am very hesitant, or we are very hesitant, displaying our technical analysis in public glare because you never can tell who is watching you. Okay. They are already aware, so you might not find that bounce happening right here. Okay, you might not find that. We might have price. Let me take a look at this. Okay, the bounce is still likely going to happen around that area. Let's just keep the charts for now. All right. But the entry has not come yet. The entry signal has not come yet. So don't anticipate price. Click on your sell button there, expecting to see a price drop. Overall, again, I must continue to repeat this. The American dollar against Japanese yen is still bearish. It should see this area here before the end of this month or the end of next month. So you should not search for long opportunities. Don't get worried about what is happening here. It is still very bearish. Okay. Remember, we were trading this we closed that trade out already. We're trading that breakup pullback continuation pattern, which is a new trend formation. Okay. If you want to be safe, our stop losses must be hidden around here. Okay, I expect price to make pushes again, possibly to somewhere in the air. That is the best place to look for short entry in this pair. I expect maximum pullback. I mean enough pullback to somewhere around in here before we can see price come back again. So be patient for now. Don't take any entry in the 1 hour time frame. We might be seeing a channel that is giving us the hint of a bearish move coming in future, and price again might excuse me, price again might just be around resistance zone, just like we have pointed out in the 4 hours time frame. But the fall to the downside, the actual entry for me will not be now. Okay, that's another channel, and this channel signals the price will be coming to the downside. The entry again for me will not be now. I am still going to wait until I find the right entry. Okay, the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Yesterday we took a trade here before the market closed, and I think we have made all of this profits. We have cashed out about plus 40 pips of profit in this trade. We are now that's a 50% already cashed out. We are risk free now. We are running the remaining 50% for possible moves to the downside again. All right, this pair is still bearish. I'm expecting price to come down all the way to somewhere in here. This trade was taken in conformity with our new trading approach. We are still testing, plenty of tests going on with that trading approach, and we are only taking trades that meet 100% of the preconditions of that trading approach. This one here meets the precondition, and price pushing our direction. This is a swing to the downside. This is all a pullback. We are expecting a whole new swing again to the downside in the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. In the 1 hour time frame, where the average true range for today has been made, so there is nothing much left in the table for traders again today. You can see that price has really over moved for today, so there will be no new entry in this pair for now. Okay. All right, the sterling pounds against the American dollar, it is hovering around that resistance area that we talked about yesterday, finding that trend line as resistance, that trend line there as resistance. Like I said, I will not be trading the low quality reversal formation that we saw yesterday around that area. I will not do that. If this candle close to the spin red, then I'll be more interested in looking for short opportunities in the sterling pounds against the American dollar. But for now, no go area for me. I'll be waiting for that candle to close. And again, I don't want to trade against this reversal formation that we are seeing in the very long term. Even if I will want to do that, then I will wait. Okay, let me look into the forex currency index in the daily time frame. Daily time frame. Okay, American dollar is +2. Sterling pounds is still very weak, -7 in the daily time frame. Okay, let's wait and see if we get the red candle close here for today. Okay, a red candle close there for today. If it does, then we'll be looking for possible short entries. But remember, the American dollar in the daily time frame is just +2. Okay, not absolute strength. So if we are looking to go short, we'll be taking not more than 1% of risk because of that poor strength coming from the American dollar axis. Okay, let's see the forward time frame. You need to be patient. This is going to be a pretty long live session because I have to go through all the charts myself. Okay, there is the possibility of a channel formation. In the 4 hours time frame. So this pair will be very close to, it's actually close to resistance zone. Okay, but the entry is not now. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Yesterday's low becoming support. Okay, this is resistance. All right, in my view, it's a good point to take a small trade, but trade in this range if you're interested in trading this range. But very low quality trades there. I don't trade this type of ranges. Okay, the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. Yesterday we were talking about this pin bar happening around here, but we didn't take it because we already involved in the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. But you can see lots of hesitation already setting in right here. In the weekly time frame, we are likely going to be seeing a triangle formation. Okay, a triangle formation. and price is trading around the possible area where you could see a bounce at a point where we should not recommend short entries. Okay, now you can see that this is the level that is becoming problematic to that pin bar in the daily time frame. This level here, price is failing to pull through that level, and that is just one of the reasons that I avoided taking this trade. So you can see those who went long, price possibly triggered their entry, and now hesitation around that. So just keep that level. Okay, market confusion, nothing here. The New Zealand dollar against the American dollar. Also, we discussed this yesterday. Like I said, I will not trade that low quality reversal formation there until I see this candle close in red. If it does close in red, then I'll be more interested. Let's see the New Zealand dollar against the American dollar in the daily time frame. This is the forex currency index. American dollar is just +2. The New Zealand dollar is still -5. This is absolute weakness, but this is not absolute strength. Still some bearish pressure in the daily time frame, and that's because of this that trend you are seeing there. So we'll be watching this. If we are getting short, we'll be able to know that by the end of today. All right, no need to rush things, no need to rush any entry. The 1 hour time frame, I'm not going to keep any further lines. This would have been good for a trend collapse entry. That's the trend line. You can see price breaking out and making some pullbacks. That's the breakout, then the pullback. But all of these are happening in very micro pattern, and I don't like trading those type of micro patterns. I like to see a clean, clear breakout, then a pullback for a bounce. For what I'm seeing here, I am not interested. You might get a bounce from there on, again another hesitation, and the risk, if you are taking a shot there, the risk reward ratio is just too small. So micro trading within that area doesn't really make much of sense to me. All right, the euro against the American dollar. The euro against the American dollar, like we said, you have to stay bullish. There is no reason to go short for now. This is actually bouncing heavily off this area, and we expect that push to keep going upwards. In the daily time frame, I expect to see a possible red candle of that level, but the directional bias has changed. We should not be looking for short opportunities for now. You should be more interested in long entries. In the 4 hours time frame, we will be looking to go long if this key level of resistance breaks. That's it. That's one high here. This is another high here. If price breaks that level, then we'll be seeing more upside in this pair. Price should be targeting the next level of resistance. Okay, that's one there, but for now it is still trapped below that level of resistance. So you have to simply wait until price deals with either of these two levels. This is resistance, this linear line here is support. Price is in the middle of that area, so you need price to move away from that point. In the 1 hour time frame, we got a breakout of that channel that I had as of yesterday. Weak breakout, so we'll just simply readjust our levels. I truly do not see the American dollar gaining strength right now, because from what I am seeing in dollar index, the American dollar might be losing some strength going forward. Okay, so this is going to be a possible range for today. Possible bounce up, bounce down, bounce up for a range in market around that area. So again, the trade plan here is to stay flat, don't trade anything. Sterling pounds against the Canadian dollar. This is obvious here. Channel in the daily time frame. You should not be searching for short opportunities at the lower leg of this channel. If you do that, you'll be asking for more troubles. This is the best point to begin to search for possible bounces to the upside, and bearing in mind that this overall channel should end bullish. Okay, but with this micro mini candles we are seeing here, it will be difficult to spot the right price action to trigger an entry. So keep searching. We analyzed this before, where we talked about possibility of a strong formation. That was the neckline. For those of you who have been following, that was the neckline. This is the shoulder. This was head. It's another shoulder. It's a leaning reversal pattern, but we got the breakout in an ugly fashion, then hesitation. There was no entry for traders. Okay, there was no entry for traders, so nothing was taken. 1 hour time frame is a range, just keep that. Nothing to trade there. If you are drawing a trend line here, you will see how price is finding it hard to break through that area, but to take that away. Okay, the euro against the Canadian dollar. This is a few minutes to the London market opens. I am seeing a possible London open breakout setup here. Let's take out this trend line. All right, we had intra-week trend. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, that's already there. Okay. Just take out the time counter. Okay, spread versus ADR is 2 for me. That's okay. So I'm just going to mark the Tokyo range. Before that, let me take a look into the market session. This is Forex Factory. You can see that the London market is just about 32 minutes to open. That's the London market right here. It is not still open. We are still within the Tokyo session. So I'm going to mark the Tokyo range, even though we are seeing a bit of an early breakout in that range. Let's just have it there for now. Okay, and the low of that range. That is the low. This is the high for now. Okay, let me keep it here. Okay, so that's the Tokyo range. We'll be waiting as soon as the London market opens. We'll be finding possible breakouts either to the upside or to the downside. We have enough room for the market to move. So this is one valid setup waiting for us for today. I'll just push it forward a bit. Next one is the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. Seems this will stay down for today. We just mark this area. Price has been in a range. It's likely going to stay down for today if you are looking to trade this. But we need to wait for the breakout. Price needs to break possibly to the downside for us to search for our nice move to the downside. But the average true range is something you need to watch again. Anyway, let's just keep that as a range until it breaks. The euro against the sterling pounds. This is hesitating just too much. I have said that before, because within this week, the sterling pounds, both the sterling pounds and the euro have been strong. Okay, they have almost the same type of strength. In fact, if you look at the euro against the sterling pounds in the 1 hour time frame, let's see that. That's the 1 hour time frame. The euro is +3, while the sterling pounds, you can see that GBP is +2. So almost equal strength. That type of currency pair will not move in any clear direction. It will just keep ranging, and in fact, it is the worst currency pair to trade for now. It is the worst. You shouldn't even get involved in that. So that's the result that we are seeing here. It's the worst currency pair to trade. Avoid taking any trade here. The Australian dollar against the American dollar. Okay, pin bars upon pin bars in the very long term. All right, nice reversal to the downside, damaging this trend, this level here. But still finding serious troubles. No shot here yet. You still need to be very hesitant going short. I was following this, looking at this flat bottom triangle yesterday, but the breakout happened too fast and has gone too far. Okay, that was the flat bottom triangle I was talking about. But the breakout happened and went too far to the next level of support, which is being rejected right now. Again, the average true range is already made. You should not be looking for short opportunities here anymore for today. Anything can happen from this point on, not even long opportunities. The Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. Remember yesterday I was telling you that this pair is still very bearish and could break this this channel today. You can see that breakout already happening in the daily time frame. What's interesting is what is happening in the monthly time frame. You can see that heavy rejection candle. If this candle closes just the way it is, then we are likely to see at least further downside in this pair for next month. Okay, we should be interested in the outer trend line, so we'll just keep this one here. This is the outer trend line. We can now move this level. Patterns are changing. Keep it here as the next level of support with some confluence around that area. That's the point of confluence. Beginning of that trend, confirmation right here. So this is the point of confluence. That's the next level of support. Then we can keep this high, our obvious swing high. Okay, so that's it. That inner trend line is something you should still keep in mind. Okay, but it's already broken, so you should not be worried too much about that. While most brokers gave us a very nice breakout congestion continuation pattern in the daily time frame. Majority of brokers didn't really show that. In fact, there was a nice trading opportunity here for most brokers, but for majority of brokers, that didn't really show. Out of about 7 MetaTrader 4 that I am tracking, it's only one that gave that breakout congestion continuation pattern. Okay, so in the 1 hour time frame, this level has done its job. We can pull that level out right now, keep it somewhere here, even though the average true range is already made for today. Okay, that is still bearish for today, but no entries. The New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Bullish, but we need pullback to somewhere here before we can see that push. The pullback is not happening yet. Keep this level. 1 hour time frame. Nothing here, just avoid. Euro against the Swiss franc. In the weekly time frame, I am seeing that expansion. It's an expansion. If price bounce off this area, we should be pushing to the upside. The current level is critical to go short. You should not be looking for short entries there. Take this off. Better area. Try to avoid all ranges. Whenever you are trading and you see very congested markets, just try to avoid those type of markets. Like this one here, you just jump over that. The New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. That's trading around first level of support. Okay, whole of this area here is support. Do not follow that push to the downside. It is still trading around support, so you should not be hitting on your sell button. Most times they tend to trick traders to keep hitting on their sell button, then suddenly it keeps the push to the upside. Just avoid trading here for now. The Australian dollar against the Swiss franc, a nice push. Nice breakout pullback. Now approaching support zone. Okay. All right, 4 hours time frame. Take this one out. Take out a lot of lines. Okay, average true range made. Sterling pounds against Australian dollar. Now finding resistance. The Australian dollar saw a major weakness today, but it's not over. For this sterling pounds against Australian dollar, don't go short yet, even though price is trading around resistance zone. Do not go short for now. All right, keep searching. Euro against Australian dollar. Yes, this is still bullish. I was telling most of my friends who thought this was being bearish that price is bullish. Cruised above counter trend line. Now this broken counter trend line, this was the counter trend line, should now be acting as support the next time price comes back there. So it is clearly in a bullish track. But overmove for today, euro against the Japanese yen. We also have a London open breakout setup here. So we have two setups now to follow for today. Okay, that's it. Let's see the long term. Okay, we have free room in the very long term, room to the upside. At least this is the next level of resistance. Room to the downside, this could be the next level of support. So it's a nice candidate for the London open breakout strategy. All right, so we are following this. I'll just place a sound alarm few pips above and few pips below. If it triggers, I am going to get a sound. Okay, euro against Japanese yen. Then the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. It's been a mixed price behavior for the past few weeks. So in the daily time frame, we are seeing some sort of market confusion with an expanding triangle, with price in the middle of nowhere. Also, that expanding triangle in the let me take out this line in the 4 hours time frame. Also a sign of market confusion. In this congestion, try to avoid price as much as possible. The sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. We can also find the possible London open breakout setup here. So we have 3 setups. We are just going to pick only those that are not correlated. Okay, I don't believe in that level. I believe in this one rather. Okay. To me, the sterling pounds is still very strong. Take this out. Okay, so we can just keep this and see what happens. If price breaks to the upside, we have room enough. If price breaks to the downside, we also have room up to that level of support. So let's just keep it something we are following. 3 setups. Okay, place my sound alarm. The okay, it's to Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. With this type of price action in the daily time frame, I will not be looking for short opportunities against that problematic level, and even this one, that support area. I will not be looking for short entries against that level. This is plenty of confusion going on here. It is either both currencies are weak or strong in the weekly time frame. Let's see Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, weekly time frame. Australian dollar is -4. Okay, -4. Japanese yen is +4. Okay, that means it should be going down. It should be going down. Okay, so you should not even favor buy entries here. You should not, except if that is a counter trend trading. When you are making counter trends trading, you don't look into the foreign currency index. Okay, we got a breakout here, some point of confluence here, possible push to the downside, but I am not liking the micro reaction there, those micro candles pullback. At any rate, it is in the long term still bearish. Euro against the New Zealand dollar. All right, we analyzed this before, calling this area here as resistance and calling this as support. Price has to move away. We are not interested trading at that point. You can see lots of confusion going on here. Just look at that. New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. Okay, still bullish. No clear directional bias. Skip this one. It's a dirty price action. Sterling pounds against the New Zealand dollar. Again, let's not waste our time here. American dollar against the Canadian dollar. This has been in the channel as well. We're reacting off that inner trend line. Lots of confusion. American dollar against the Swiss franc. This is bearish. We have talked about this. Although we are having plenty of pin bars in the monthly time frame, which signals lots of confusion happening there as well. So in the daily time frame, let's just keep this level and keep that level. Keep this one here as well. It's been in a range. Okay, let me look at that in the daily time frame. American dollar against the Swiss franc. American dollar is +2. Swiss franc, wow, that's +7 in the daily time frame. Okay, that means that should be going down. We should favor more of short opportunities. Job of this line is done. Take them off. Remember, this is negatively correlated to the euro against the American dollar. So if it is going down, the euro against the American dollar should be pushing. Sorry about that. Okay. The Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. Refusing to go down. Approaching key level of resistance. When it gets closer, we are going to be placing a sell stop order around a sell limit order around that level. It's a key level. Hello Saji Diaz, welcome to this live session. Okay, straight move. You cannot possibly trade here. This is absolute strength versus absolute weakness in the 1 hour time frame. If you check the forex currency index, you will see that the Swiss franc has absolute strength while the Japanese yen has absolute weakness. So it's a straight move. It is difficult to trade. Let's say the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, 1 hour time frame. The Swiss franc is +6, while the Japanese yen, look at it there, is -6. So absolute strength, it will keep pushing to the upside. Directional bias is to the upside. That's why you can see that straight strong push to the upside. If your trading strategy tells you to go long here, do not hesitate. You need to just take the entry. It is very bullish. All right, that's it. The euro, I am using my local currency with the euro. All right, this is the chart. we are trading around support now. This also gives me a hint that the euro is going to be strong for this week and next week. You can see the reaction of that level of support. So it is trading around this key area of support. That's key area of resistance. So from here on, expect the euro to go up. So you should expect the euro to be strong whenever you're trading. All right, we are following three pairs. Let me take them all to one side. Euro against the sterling, the Japanese yen. Sterling pounds against the Japanese yen. Okay. And the euro against the Canadian dollar. So one here, another one here. This is already breaking. The euro against the Canadian dollar is already breaking. I think we missed this one already. It's an early breakout. This was actually the range. That's the breakout pullback here. That's the breakout pullback here. Might keep pushing to the upside, but just let this one go. We'll be focusing our attention on this one and this one. This one breaks out just too early. Okay. All right, still have my eyes on this trade. If there is need to close out, look at the long term. Okay, if there is any need to close out this trade that we are holding now at break-even position, we still have these profits in the market. I will let you know in the Telegram channel. There is no need risking all of this profit, giving it back to the market. Rather, we'll look for better entries if price must keep pushing to the downside. So I will let you know in the Telegram channel if we have to close the remaining 50% of this trade. Okay. Okay, all right. All right, folks, that's basically all. If you have questions or contributions, please feel absolutely free sending them across to us in any of our channels, live chat window, emails, in the live trading room. We'll respond to them accordingly. Again, we are working on something, and hopefully we will get it coming up very soon. Do have a nice day. Bye bye.